Tabernans Vima, we have welcomed Earth Day on 22nd April in our homes, isolated and worried about our health, about our families and friends. The COVID-19 pandemic has been a tragic reminder that human health is linked to the planet's health. Now the world is slowly emerging from the peak of the pandemic. It is clear that we need more than ever a healthy planet with healthy people. Today is World Environmental Day and the celebration is on biodiversity. It's time for nature and we call to action to combat the accelerating loss of species and degradation of habitats. Remember that 1 million plant and animal species risk extinction, largely due to human activities. Scientists around the world predict that if we do not change our behavior towards wild habitats, we are in danger of more virus outbreaks. So to prevent future zoonosis, we must address the multiple threats to ecosystems and wildlife, including habitat loss and fragmentation, illegal trade, pollution, invasive species, and increasingly climate change. So what can we do about it? Well, maybe I can share some good news first. On 20th May, the European Commission adopted a new biodiversity strategy to bring nature back into our lives, and a new farm to fork strategy for fair, healthy, and environmentally friendly food system. The two strategies are mutually reinforcing. They will bring nature, farmers, business, and consumers for jointly working towards a competitive, sustainable future. These two strategies are, of course, in line with the European Green Deal. They propose ambitious EU actions and commitments to halt biodiversity loss in Europe and worldwide and transform our food systems. The new EU biodiversity strategy intends to establish protected areas for at least 30% of land and 30% of sea in Europe, to restore degraded ecosystems by increasing organic farming and biodiversity, halting and reversing the decline of pollinators, restoring at least 25,000 of EU rivers to a free-flowing state, reducing the use and risk of pesticides by 50% by 2030, and planting 3 billion trees by 2030. Also, to unlock 20 billion euro per year for biodiversity through various sources, and to put the EU in a leading position in the world in addressing the biodiversity crisis, which is a global one. It's time to remodel our societies. The crisis has tested the limits of our system, and it's now time to rebuild better. The Commission is proposing a recovery plan named Next Generation EU for the EU member states, aiming at supporting the recovery and to invest in the future. The European Green Deal and digitalization will boost jobs and growth, the resilience of our societies, and the health of our environment. The European Green Deal, which aims to make Europe the first climate-neutral continent by 2050, sets out actions in the fields of climate, energy, circular economy, construction, mobility, agriculture, sustainable food chains, biodiversity, and depollution. The engagement of the Western Balkans in achieving these goals will help the economy and create jobs here in the Balkans. Carbon reduction commitments based on a clean energy supply and smart mobility solutions are in the best interest of the citizens of the region, especially younger generations, as in the energy efficiency of buildings and industrial plants. A complete paradigm shift is needed in the region's economic development model, integrating circular economy principles, where the use of natural resources is reduced and recycling and reuse are improved. There is a huge opportunity for the Western Balkans to take a step forward for green technologies, innovative green technologies. The region faces also waste management challenges, with more waste to manage, packaging, demolition and construction waste, and medical waste, but still low recycling. The region faces an urgent need to improve waste collection and separation and to increase industrial recycling. Air pollution affects both the public health and the economies of the region and beyond. The main causes are known: outdated energy production methods, households and small unit heating, transport. Recent studies have shown that the percentage of death due to air pollution is higher in the Western Balkans than in the EU. And this is linked to 16 coal power plants operating in the region, which pollute more than 250 coal plants operating in the EU. The post-COVID economic recovery and the transition to a sustainable, socially just, resilient and climate-neutral economy should go hand in hand. No one will be left behind. The green economy recovery agenda is not driven by ideology, but by scientific evidence and economic logic. Allow me to quote Ms. Ursula von der Leyen, President of the European Commission. Making nature healthy, again, is key to our physical and mental well-being and is an ally in the fight against climate change and disease outbreaks. It is at the heart of our growth strategy, the European Green Deal, and is part of European recovery that gives more back to the planet than it takes away. Thank you, and happy World Environmental Day 2020.